Yeah.
First Bears game.
First Bears game, yeah. Soggy one.
September 11th. So
yeah, I know.
We've
Been talking about that today, and just it's hard to believe it's been 21 years.
No
Steven.
kidding.
Do you remember where you were when?
I do. I knew it very well. I remember the first time I heard that there was a plane, and I figured it was like a little,
little Cessna
Piper,
or something. Yeah.
Driving. And it's like, and I kind of took notice. But I used to. I think I was in law school at the time, and so I used to work all night studying. My wife would get up and go to work. I'd watch the kids.
Right.
And I was still sleeping, and I kind of rolled over and said, "Oh, that's interesting."
Yeah, it's sad.
But then the second one,
oh my gosh!
I remember running out and looking at the TV like, "Oh my!"
I know.
Never forget that.
You don't. And you think about all those firefighters that ran up the stairs to try and save people.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, exactly. So we think about them today.
Absolutely.
And every year. I think it's important to take that moment or two.
Absolutely.
Even if it makes you a little sad, it's important to reflect.
It just gave me goosebumps.
It did. Same here. There's no great pivot to it, but let's talk about taxes, right? Sorry, I wish I had some great professional broadcast segue.
Well, here's the great thing about the IRS. They're always in the news.
Yeah, that's true. I'd
say the core of all news really comes down to, if it's not violence, comes down to IRS and tax stuff.
So I want you to help us out here, because I feel like there's two extremes after this Inflation Reduction Act took into effect. There's some people that say, no, they're just going after billionaires and millionaires. You don't have to worry. Then there's the extreme of they're going to knock down your door with assault weapons and arrest you. I imagine the truth lies in the middle, Stephen.
That's true. I think that this is the straw man, because the commissioner, Reddick is his name, and he came out and he wrote an op-ed about this, and he stood up some strawmen and knocked them down. One of them is, no, we're not hiring 87,000 new employees with guns. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anybody ever said that.
Okay, right.
They are hiring 87,000 new employees. Mm-hmm. They won't all have guns.
No.
A very small percentage of them will have guns.
Right.
That's true. They already have guns.
Right.
So that's not changing much.
Right. So that argument's a little crazy.
It's crazy. It's not true.
Okay.
But I don't even know anybody's making that argument.
Well, I see it a lot.
Okay. Again, I think it's the people that are knocking it down that put it up there. So I don't know how many people are saying, well, this is happening. But a lot of people are knocking it down.
Right.
Okay, so when they say, well, they're going to hire 87,000 new auditors. No, they're not.
Right.
They're not hiring 87,000 new auditors. But they are 45 billion of this 80 billion is going to enforcement. Mm-hmm. So that's the truth.
Okay, so then on the other end, the people that say that really support this bill, they're only going after millionaires. It won't affect the middle class. Mm-hmm. You would also say that's likely not true.
Well, let's think about this in a logical way, right? They're telling us that they can't audit millionaires and billionaires now because they don't have the resources, the resource or the people, right? So okay, we're going to hire some people. Well, how are they going to start with auditing millionaires and billionaires? The answer is no, they can't, because they don't have the experience. Mm-hmm. So how are they going to get that experience? Well, they have to audit people. Well, who are they going to audit to get the experience? Well, that just makes sense.
You're saying that it's just like any other job. They get better as they do it. So they're going to go after people that maybe, or they're going to look into audit people making.
That's the way it works.
Middle class. Okay.
Talk to an auditor and they'll tell you that's how they begin. You don't begin at the corporation level because you don't have the experience. You don't know how to do it. Mm-hmm. So the only way you're going to know how to, and it's going to take some years. Mm-hmm. Right. So that's why now's the time to start building, to start setting up, to prepare for it. It's going to happen. Okay. They're not hiring all these people because they don't want to collect more money. Right. They want to collect more money.
Right.
And now
they budgeted for it. That they will collect more money so that they can spend for some of the things that they've allocated.
Absolutely, they did. And so they will come after people. Again, one of the things they're doing is also improving their IT. The goal of the IRS, in my opinion, is to automate as much of this as possible. Mm-hmm. And that's what we talked about, John, and you and I talked about one of the times I was here, about them going after your bank accounts and things, right? Mm-hmm. So they want to make it, the IRS wants to make it so that all they have to do is gather all your records and send you a bill. Mm-hmm. And then you don't have to worry about tax returns.
Well, then wouldn't that be great?
No.
Tell us why.
Well,
because that sounds better to me. Like
it's a conflict.
They'll send me a bill. I'll be like, okay, why can't they just figure? I don't understand why I got to fill out taxes anyways. Why can't they just tell me how much I owe them?
It would work well if they got rid of the tax code.
Okay,
right? Because the IRS and the tax courts, they have different opinions about what is deductible and what isn't deductible, what can be taken, what isn't going to, how this law works and how that law works, and that's why